I suppose we all know of the great British infrastructure mystery tour, the saga of holes, cones, bureaucracy, the labyrinthine uh, misery that makes Kafka look like a minimalist. Um, the you wake up to silence, not contemplative silence, mind you, not Wordsworthian, not something romantic and appreciative of nature. No, the wrong sort of silence. The fridge is off, the boiler's dead, your phone won't charge, something is amiss. And you peer outside, a single orange cone is perched round the corner, and then the electricity is back on. You think, great, and then the water goes off. There's a trench, a chasm. The road has been opened like a can of economy soup, and nobody, absolutely nobody, is there. And this is all at 7 o'clock. Who's done this? You ring the electricity company. Yes, they say cheerfully. Actually, they don't say it that cheerfully. That's probably not us. Try this number. So you try some other number. I think it was a distribution network operator. Who were they? They don't know. You have to ask the National Grid or perhaps Western Power. They don't know. You're not in our area. Or UK Power Networks. Try 150. Depending on the postcode and the alignment of Venus. You try the Water Board, Thames, Anglian, Severn. Something with a vaguely Arthurian title. Yes, they said, we did have a you had an electricity problem and the water's got nothing to do with us. Did you dig the hole? No, the hole was dug by the hole diggers. We cannot comment on active excavations. You feel like you're on a first date in a state secret, and meanwhile the hole remains spectacular, unguarded, a portal to the underworld. You expect Cerberus to be gnashing his teeth around the hole, but nobody. There's not a sight of anybody. One neighbour probably is getting ready to compost it. Then you're going to get the letters. We attempted to visit your property to discuss access regarding the interruption. Attempted. They rang the bell at 11:53 p.m. and I came down to be interrogated about whether or not it was my car that was parked round the corner. No, I don't have a car. I suggested that the next door neighbours who have 5 cars might be responsible for that aberrant machine. And community infrastructure liaison officer, I presume is what they were, but they offered no identity. They had no uniform. Quite smartly turned out. But I expect to find somebody called Keith with a with a builder's issue on the backside, wearing a high-vis vest with epaulets and the swagger of an unpaid centurion. But nobody rings. Nobody's rung. I've rung up who was it, the electricity board for the area. They've told me they're going to get somebody called Natalie to call me back. That hasn't happened, and I have no water, and I don't understand. And the janiform indolence of local government, one face dozing, the other buried in an equally impact assessment, is now alert only to my recycling transgressions. If I could only locate a man in a hard hat who's near the hole, or with a digger, a thinker, a watcher of holes. No, that one, if I actually locate somebody like that, he'd probably be from BT Openreach, that is equally useless and switched off yesterday. The factitious authority that comes from someone whose badge says authorized contractor, this hole is historic. Historic? Well, been here for 30 minutes. It now belongs to Highways England. You ask if he can at least turn the electricity back on. He shrugs. Not my department, mate. He knows whose department it is. It is perhaps God's department, or perhaps Ofwat's, which is arguably worse. You try a helpline. The number plays Greensleeves while you wait. You're number 27 in a queue. After 42 minutes, you reach someone called Stacey, who assures you that the matter's been escalated to level 3. You ask what that means. She doesn't know, but it sounds serious and expensive. She asks you not to shout. You're using the speakerphone. I don't know quite what level of volume is necessary on that. And finally, inevitably, a different man in a tabard arrives at dusk. and approaches your door with the purposeful air of a bailiff and rings with imperial self-importance, and he wants to know if you own the blue Nissan parked near the trench, because you'll need to move it so we can start digging tomorrow. You point to the chasm. He stares at it for a long moment. Ah, he says, not us. And then the British public experiences its own passive-aggressive blackout. Not from war or plague, but from the sheer logistic entropy of having 37 overlapping companies, each responsible for 4% of a pipe, a wire, a hole, but never the whole thing. If aliens ever invade Britain, they needn't use weapons. They only need to ask who authorised this hole, and the nation will collapse in confusion within an hour.